Good evening, family. Welcome back to poppaprepper. Tom here. Oops. Good to see you guys this evening. Scroll up there and see who's all in here. Elliot, good to see you. I'll have to scroll back up here and check out what all this is. Karen Miner, good to see you. Zane, Mims Legacy, good to see you guys. Independent Marine, thank you for being here. Widgets World, good to see you. Cat Lady Homestead, good to see you. Jeep Girl, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Joe Morgan, good to see you. Grammy's house, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Today I can't do much more negative. Uh-oh. Hey, Ashley, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Shorty, good to see y'all. So let's just start it off. I got a couple things I got some house cleaning keeping to do here. So first of all, we had an earthquake in Indiana today. A small one, 3.8. She felt it over around where she lives, in area over there. I didn't feel it here. She was sitting at her desk, so it might have been a little more, vibrating going on there. I don't know, but I did not feel it. But we both looked it up, and sure enough, Indiana had a 3.8 magnitude earthquake today. So that's creepy. Second of all, hold on, guys. I don't want to get too far behind. Well, hold on just a second. Some more people's come in. Rosanna Jones, Ruben D, Garth Wagner, the Diabetic Prepper, Homestead Homeboy. Good to see you guys. Thank you for being here. Carpenter Self-Reliance. Good to see you, my friend. Nick Stinson. Good to see you. Klingon Princess. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. I think that catches me back up. Second order of business. One of our very own family members, guys. She's had a really bad year. Okay. She's fought long and hard with pneumonia. We're talking months, fought pneumonia. She's had several bad falls over the last few months. In the middle of all this, she got fired from her job. She's been fighting with unemployment for, I forget how long she said. And she didn't contact me. A friend of hers contacted me because she really didn't want to ask. But now the bank is chasing her for her house. It's true American Loretta. She said she'll be in here this evening, but she's going to be late. She said it was okay to tell you guys this. Of course, that's no easy thing to do. But I told her I would do what I can from this live stream tonight. If anybody wants to send super chats or donate to the PayPal, I'll have it all in black and white, legit. Everything will go to help her try to get her house payment current. I know we've all had a hell of a year. I know that. We're making it here, but that's about it. And I normally wouldn't do this, but she's been right here since almost day one, if not day one, on this channel. And I know she's a very proud woman. She would never ask for anything herself. But, and if you don't want to donate through super chats, and you want to remain anonymous, you can do the PayPal thing. It's up to you guys. And if you can't, that's fine. That's why the PayPal's option. So if you can't, nobody will know you can't, just kind of a keeping everything private kind of thing. But, everyone that does donate, I will make sure you get a copy of everything stating that the money was transferred to her via however we got to do it, PayPal, Venmo, money order. I mean, however we got to do it. I'm not sure what I can do, like how much money I can do right now, but I'm going to help. And I know she would greatly appreciate it. Like I said, she didn't contact me. A friend did. So anything that anybody can do to help her would be greatly. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Carrie and Homestead Homeboy. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much, guys. Sincerely appreciate that. And she will too. Like I said, she's a very proud woman. She didn't want to ask. I talked to her quite a bit throughout the day. A lot of us do. And I had no idea until I was privately messaged last night. So whatever we can do to help her, like I said, I will personally email anybody that donates anything, showing where the money went. I just want to be transparent on that. And I will leave it at that. And God bless y'all for, thank you. Hold on, let me catch up down here. Carrie Berry, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate you. Absolutely. Thank you very much. Hey, Elusive, good to see you, my friend. Angie Morris, good to see you. Stanley Lottie, good to see you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Coral, good to see you. I was telling them about the earthquake a few minutes ago. And I know Loretta's somebody we all know. I mean, she's always in the chat. She's kind of like Joe Morgan, trying to keep up with him in chat, y'all. She's everywhere. Like I said, Homestead Homeboy, Carrie Barry. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. The last order of business before we get started, is there any, I said my last video the other night that there was going to be, every morning I'd do praise report, or at the beginning of every live stream, I'd ask for praise reports. And before we go off, I'll ask for prayer requests. So if y'all have any praise reports, you can go ahead and just shout them out now, and I'll do my best to read them all and get them all out. Nick Stinson, anyone remember years ago when a barn got burned down, people from miles around came volunteering to put said barn back up. The reward was fellowship and food. God bless. Absolutely, Nick. That is absolutely true. Hey, Chris Kaufman, good to see you, brother. And Tamara Reynolds, good to see you. Appreciate it. Chris Pyatt, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Let's see. Praise Maddox Twin A is chugging down those bottles. Not sure when he will go home. That's awesome. Love to see that. B&B Home, good to see you. Praise report, no cancer on mammogram. 2 years free today. That is awesome. Congratulations, B&B. Praise the Lord. I love hearing that. Love it. Second praise, no tear, just contusion and fluid, so I'm brace free. That's awesome, Coral. I know you've been stressing about that. Let's see. Everyone here? Probably. Mame's Legacy, good to see you. Thanks for being here. I don't know if I said hi to you or not. Midwest Bow 33, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Says, hey, y'all, hope all is well from Wisconsin. Well, thank you for being here. Kim's Farmette, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. And she will as well. God bless you guys. Thank you so much. Carrie Berry, praise God, healthy grandson on the way. First ultrasound today. That's awesome. Praise God. Praise and prayer. My 23-year-old son, Devin, exits rehab tomorrow, moves into a halfway house, and already has a job. My heart is full. Love my boy, and I'm so proud of him. Amen. Absolutely, Carrie. Definitely keep him in our prayers that he stays on the path he's on. Wife's MRI came ultrasound, found something not right. Well, that's bittersweet. We will definitely be praying for him, Marine. Oh, thank you, Shorty. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. B&B, prayers for one of our trucker friends, Robert. He has stage 3 pancreatic cancer, has moved to stomach. His goal is to see his kids graduate from school. That's awful. We'll definitely keep him in our prayers, Robert. Hey, Prepping and Pisgah, good to see you. 38 Raging Bull, good to see you. Thank you, thank you. Just said just subscribed. I appreciate it very much. Thank you very much. Pray my wife comes to her senses, has my kids out of state. Man, I'm sorry to hear that, Ruben. We'll be praying for you, man. And for them. Prayers that today was just a quake, not a foreshock. Absolutely, Tigger. I'm not ready for all that. I know it's a funny thing to be in a prepper and all, and just one of those things we just kind of take for granted around here, an earthquake, if it does happen, it's like we had one 8 years ago. It was about the same as today, but 2 earthquakes in Indiana in 8 years, that's kind of weird. And Elliot, I'm not ignoring you, brother. I see everything you're throwing down, and I will get to it. I just want to make sure we get the praise reports and everything, and Loretta taking care of which, that can be throughout the show. Absolutely. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Zane. Thank you very much. You guys are amazing. Absolutely, Kaufman. Nick Stinson, I'm old school. If I subscribe, does that cost money? Sorry, I'm not tech savvy. If you're just subscribing to the channel, just hitting the subscribe button, no, man, it don't cost a thing. And I would greatly appreciate it. It's absolutely free, man. Made southern onion potato casserole tonight and chicken using my preps. That sounds good. Anything with taters is good. All right. So I'm going to scroll up here. Elliot was putting out some pretty interesting things. And then I'll get to I got a what if thing set up over here, but this sounds pretty interesting. First off, I'll start by saying that it is true that they have moved on to making meat magnetic. It's becoming as popular as the magnet trick in the arm. Second off, if your generator is powered by gas, you probably won't last. What they are going to do next. Deep Intel is saying that by September they will have a nationwide blackouts that will last months and not weeks. This is factual information. If your generator is powered by gas, then it has run probably about roughly. If your generator is powered by gas, then it has run probably about roughly an entire year. By around this time, they will bring it. They will bring in also Amazon food rations for people. They will not use military vehicles for panic response. Also, around this time, they will have lockdowns with a very new, completely different virus. Jesus Lord. Israel News live on brand new tube. Two men who have deep intel have the same date on when this will happen, and one is an informant from Israel. Israel owns the grids in America and the capital. They will hack the grid because they own it. Let me rephrase that. When I say they won't have to hack it because they control it from a computer in Israel. The globalists are aware of preppers and are making sure the grid goes down for months on end to run you out of supplies you've been stocking up on. And yes, the guillotines are part of the agenda. Dana Coverstone had a first dream about this last year, and everyone thought it was about 2020, but it's not, and it is about Dark Winter 2021. The Almighty has apparently given us a year. We have literally until September. Okay, I'm going to have to catch up. Hold on a second. Earthquakes in diverse places is the least of my worries right now. LOL, but yeah, Pops, it's happening everywhere. Okay, let me scroll back down where I was at here. Okay. I apologize if I've missed everything or anything, guys, but I am. Nope, they're not new glasses. I just ran out of contacts and my eyes were burning, so I had to take my last pair out. But thank you. Hey, Rip, good to see you, man. Appreciate you being here. Let's see. Used to live there. Love Destin, beautiful white and sand beaches. Okay. And let's see. Papa, been a week since we lost DM. He was only 43 years old and a great guy. He was my coworker, and I wish he was more than just that. Please pray for my work family and his family. Absolutely, Carpenter. I'm sorry to hear that. Hey, Prepper Book Club. Good to see you. True American Loretta. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Let's see. The Roaming Prepper. Good to see you, my friend. The rigs and windmills are up and running out there. Awesome. Man, that was some seven. Yeah, I know, right, Garth? That was some heavy info, Chief, but does seem to put some puzzle pieces together. It absolutely does. It kind of makes me want to throw my idea out the window that I had for tonight. That's man. May Yah watch over all of us in Yeshua's name we pray, Amen. Absolutely, Elliot. Absolutely. Hey, Phoenix, good to see you. Mrs. Papa Prepper, good to see you. So, Elliot, did you get all this from the video you watched, or is this from someone like that you know personally and trust, or you got to give us a little more info, man? I think the majority of us are pretty intrigued right now. Mandy, aka Mrs. Papa, did you feel shaking and quaking? Hey, Tiny Titan, good to see you. Flow Grown Homesteader, good to see you. That's funny. I just picked up my big cup there. I was thinking, where's Flow Grown? Because I think it's you that always says something about my cup. You or Richard up in Canada. I've been behind on the news, enjoying the outdoors on nice days. I feel you, Phoenix. I don't know that I've so much been enjoying it outside, but yeah, I feel you. A lot to do out there. Info comes from Israeli News Live with Steve, Paul, Begley, and Steve Quell. Okay, man. I will. We can all check that out. Definitely. Man, that's crazy. Oh, I'm sorry, prepping and pissing. I haven't got to it yet, man. I'm sorry. There's been a bunch of other stuff going on, and I haven't even announced it yet. I apologize. You know, a lot of things we have discussed in our prepping community has come true the last 12 months. Something to research and be prepared for. Absolutely. Because, I mean, especially, you know, if they're coming like public and announcing that we know about preppers and we're going to do this, you know, of course, that's not like, well, it's not mainstream, so that makes it even that much more credible. But, yeah, that's, you know, saying that they're going to try to, you know, make us use everything. And which, I mean, if that's their aim is to do that, and they take absolutely everything away from us, complete grid down, rationing food, and I mean, they could completely deplete our preps in a very short period of time. I mean, I know a lot of us are, I mean, we're ready, but are we ready to lose absolutely access to everything? Everything. No electricity, no running water, nowhere to even get more food. Um, I mean, I know there is hunting and fishing, but I mean, if they're limiting all that and trying to make us deplete our stockpiles, they ain't gonna let us out to go fishing and hunting. You best believe that. Unless you live way back in the mountains, and some of y'all do. I mean, I knew Izzy Real was saying that the hacks were the Russian practicing for us later this year. That's why I always say bury half your stuff, man. Absolutely. Absolutely elusive prepper. And if not burying it, stick it somewhere. I mean, wherever, you know, put it under your house, even if you just have a little crawl space, you know, you could, I mean, there's the possibilities are endless places to hide things. Well, if they wanted to do the most damage out the gate, the power going down in September, August in the high heat would be perfect timing. Then take out the supply chain right before winter. Absolutely, Rip. I mean, I've heard a lot of, you know, a lot of conspiracy theories and stuff, which, you know, guys know I love them. But this one, like somebody, Garth, I believe, said, you know, kind of put some puzzle pieces in place, and it does. So that makes this one pretty scary. I mean, I ain't gonna say scary because, you know, I don't want anybody that just might be lurking and new to prepping to like freak out and lose their mind and, you know, be terrified. But I mean, in a sense, if you ain't sitting on a good uh, a good amount of goods, you best get on it. And it's almost, I mean, everything is the prices of food and the drought out west. I mean, the poor people, the farmers are selling their cattle. Some of them are selling their land. They've cut their water consumption, their allotment down to 10% of what they had from last year in some places. They just can't run farms. It's all on purpose. Absolutely every bit of it. Hey, Jerry Robbins, good to see you, my friend. Thank you for being here. I think a grid down situation will take out at least 50% of population, a scary situation for those most prepped. Yeah, I mean it's going to be bad no matter what you're sitting on, how much food and water and stuff you got. Like, I mean, just medications and stuff alone, which I don't know if they would ration them out as well. Like, if they would deliver you, I doubt it. I wouldn't see why they would. But I mean, morally, I would see why they would. But in this situation, I don't see it happening. With all the assault on the 2A right now and everything else, I'm just trying to up all my preps. Absolutely. Hey, Christ First Prep Next. Good to see you, man. CC Collins, good to see you. So smash that like button. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Gina HT, good to see you. Seen another name up here. Angie G, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Tiger 454. K Craig, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Not only supply chain problem will occur, no electricity will mean no radar, no defense for incoming. Absolutely. I mean, September. That's not far, guys. And Carrie Berry, that's absolutely right. And all of us, everybody in here, don't prep out of fear. That causes crazy buying. And he's absolutely right. Absolutely good point. Thank you. Don Bellerman, good to see you. Lenny No, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. But why would the powers to be want to hurt the population? I don't know why. To screw up the American way. Sorry, guys. It's about RSD. All right. Her husband's trying to get a hold of her, and she was sleeping when I left, so he's kind of worried because she wasn't answering the phone. Carpenter, to reduce population. Absolutely. They're trying to play God is what they're doing. They want they want a reset. That's what they want. Sorry, guys. I'll turn my volume off. All right. All right. After day 3, stores toss out food. After 5 days of the pipeline ordeal, we had people wanting nuts. What? Hold on a second. Rip Curl, if things do go dark, then be sure to reset your thinking to how to live in the 1800s. Water, food, shelter, means of self-defense, heating and cooling, transportation. Absolutely. And that's going to be hard. I mean, that's going to be hard on a lot of us. I mean, it's not just a select few. It's not just, the people in the people in the city. You guys are going to be in. I mean, there's going to be so much danger. Behind every door. It's going to be awful. But like out here where we live, like he just said, heating, cooling, transportation. I mean, we can handle the transportation. I mean, whatever gas you're sitting on, that's about it. But I mean, that's going to be it. So I'm going to be staying right where I'm at unless I just cannot, you know. But definitely the food, shelter, self defense, you know, there are different ways to, what can I say on YouTube, stop people, instead of jumping right on your firearms. I mean, unless they're, coming in hot on you, I would try to conserve everything you can. AK Craig, just a bit west of Charlotte, lived here all my life, but recently found myself wanting to move somewhere more remote. If you have the means, man, I would do it. I mean, even without civil unrest and everything, I hate living in town. Even we lived in town 10 years ago. Hated it. Hated it. Shop the ATF. Thank you very much for posting that, Joe. Appreciate it. Using that wrench. Let me see here. Yeah, there's a lot of y'all, um, K. Craig, that are all down there, and I mean, you guys could have an awesome mag down there. You guys are definitely all close enough. Be one heck of a B-Day present, the 6th. Must be time. Think. I guess when you're talking about September. Hey, Papa Prepper, the Russians had some large naval formations doing maneuvers near Hawaii, but the 7th Fleet and Aussies started tracking them. Not sure what came of it. Probably just posture. I'll have to check that out. I'm trying to get more involved into the political because I watch like Prepper Nation and stuff, and I just sit in awe of him because like when it comes and Bear Independent, man, those guys when it comes to knowing like the strategic stuff about the military, and I mean I'm lost. You know what I'm saying? I know how to and hunt and fish and build stuff and garden, but when it comes to the actual, you know, political and the war gaming and stuff, I'm so lost. Let's see. I seen somebody just I thought asked me something, but my chat went flying by. Lenny, no, Papa, did you feel the earthquake? I did not, but Coral Tigger, she's on here as well. She lives about 45 minutes from me, or 45 miles ish. Um, she said she did. Like she instantly messaged, like, "Did you feel that?" No, 3.8. It's crazy times, man. Martial problems, and she's using kids as a weapon. Marital problems, and she's using kids as a weapon. I don't know how people can do that, man. They always, and dads do it too. I mean, it's not just moms, it's double sided, but I don't know why they use kids as leverage. That is, hmm. Food in stores won't last 3 days. Shelves will be empty before that. Yep, absolutely. I mean, y'all seen the stores just from a virus. You imagine what's going to be grid down? I mean, especially when it's known that it's not coming back. You know, people aren't even going to pay for stuff. They're going to walk in, take what they want. who will support the elite during the reset? Do they not need services themselves? Technically, they can get whatever they want. I mean, that they're in charge. They're the shot callers. They're the ones causing it. I mean, I really don't know how to put that. Can anyone direct me to a good resource to learn how to make our well operable without power? K. Craig, I put just a pitcher pump on mine, and that's what I use daily, like to water our animals and the garden and everything. I mean, it's not the most convenient thing in the world, but it's far from hard, and it's not going to go down. I mean, that well is going to be giving me water even when there's no electricity, easily. And that a good pitcher pump's about $60 to $90. Just depends on how big. You can get them like 5 feet tall. But mine's just, I don't know. It's a short one. It takes me probably, I'd say 9 or 10 pumps to fill up a 3-gallon watering can. So, that's the way I would go. I mean, you can get solar pumps too for wells, but I don't know much about them. Like, how far up they'll pump, how many feet down, all that. I'm not sure. Hey, Big German, good to see you, man. Mr. Papa, how are you? And howdy to the rest of the good people. I am doing pretty well today, my friend. Hope you're the same. Let's see here. I planned for Darwin Awards. Don't take this from me. I don't what to do about civil unrest. I'm not prepared for that one. I mean, there's a variety of homemade weapons you can make, but I mean, nothing that's going to stand up against firearms. I mean, I'm just being real. I mean, at least there are. I mean, if you can afford it, boomsticks and freedom seeds or whatever. But I mean, firearms are still available, and freedom seeds, from what I've been told, are slowly coming back into circulation. So you could probably get lucky and at least get something. I mean, even if it's a 22, I mean, close range, and you just keep pulling until they quit moving, it's going to work. You're very welcome, K. Greg. Horses would be awesome to have in this type of situation, but at the same time, I mean, I have no way to feed them. I mean, I couldn't afford to feed them. I don't have pasture for them. So, damn if you do, damn if you don't type of situation. Oh, yeah. Once all this happens, you won't get your hands on ammo unless you take it off somebody else. You know what I mean? Which, I mean, just keeping her. Oh, hey, Angie, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And she will too as well. I promise. Thank you so much. If the money goes bottoms up, doesn't that mean the rich and the powerful go belly up too? You would think so, but I don't think that's the way it's going to play out, man. I mean, I think like a lot of just the self-made rich people, that are like us, but they worked their butt off and did it themselves. I think it'll mean the same thing for them. They're going to be, their money will be worthless, so they'll be in the exact same boat. They'll be just as poor as we are. But like the elites, like Gates and all these big world leaders and stuff, they'll still be sitting high on the hog. it'll all be in effect still for them. You know what I'm saying? I do not even know how to say that name. And no, Ayek, Ayek, Ayek. I'm sorry for slaughtering that, but thank you very much for being here. I appreciate it. I like the title as long as it's relative. You can Frankenstein steampunk you dreams. You can. That's a cool way of saying it. I like that. Elliot, you would be surprised. I mean, I can't picture myself doing it either, brother. But if it comes down to my family or them, that's when you will that's when you will find your capability. I firmly believe. You can use a pump from a motorhome. It runs 12-volt, and you can fill up a 55-gallon drum in about 15 minutes or so. It's the way to go for backup. Absolutely. That is an awesome idea. Thank you, Bear Wilkie. Absolutely, Joe. Check out this post, this link that Joe Morgan is throwing up here. Stop the ATF. They're nothing's gonna happen. I mean, we can try. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like we the people don't matter anymore. But at least we know we did what we could when we could. Stars Prepper. Civil unrest. Best you stay inside first 72 hours. Lock doors and such. Find a bat. Absolutely. You can make a simple solar setup that charges a battery for two that is hooked to an inverter that you can wire to your 110 well pump. Then you are set. You guys are so much smarter than me. If you can't use it, you shouldn't have it. Yeah, they are still very expensive, Garth. Absolutely. Diabetic prepper, thank you very much. I appreciate it, man. God bless both of y'all. Need 1 acre minimum per horse plus winter stores of feed and hay. Yeah, and see, there's no way here. I know where plenty of horses are at, I guess, worst case scenario. I mean, that sounds awful, I know. All right, a cow if it comes down to it. Hey, Julie Cleary, good to see you. Thank you for being here. All right, I'm gonna try to get back down here and catch up a little bit, guys, to the point. Map your house, find a choke point, make it hard for them. Absolutely. If no fire, you use spray or chemicals or improvise. Yep, absolutely. However, you'll need to be able to grab stuff. I'd have stuff pre-placed if it starts getting ugly, so you'd and flee. Hey, Prepper Wizard, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Searching alpaca ranching, and here pops up Papa. Big German, it hits the fan. Make beeline to the National Guard Armory and bring tools. Lots of goodies there. If they keep the stuff, I mean, if it's still there. But yeah, when it comes, you have to be under conviction in all that you do. No hesitation. Yep. Hey, Deanna Walters, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Catch up down here. I have a best friend. We team up to prepare for even things like bad storms. We go down a checklist. That's awesome. Very advisable. We really don't have anybody. I mean, it's pretty much us three. No, I'm catching up, Coral, and then I'm going to do the what if right now. Like I said, it's kind of lame compared to what we've been talking about, but got worried my super chat wasn't going through, so I hit the ATM in the office, said I had zero. I was wondering if Russia did a cyber attack for my last $300. Fixed now. Well, thank you very much, Diabetic Prepper. We appreciate it a lot. All right, guys. So say you're just chilling at home, whatever, Saturday night, Sunday evening. And I hope I can play this. I don't get a bad echo. I know Tribe was having problems with it the other night, but I'm going to try. So you're just sitting at home, chilling, and you hear something like this.
This is basic civil defense information from the Department of Defense, Office of Civil Defense, Washington. If you receive warning of an enemy attack, get to the nearest fallout shelter promptly. But if you're caught in the open and there's a brilliant nuclear flash in the distance, take cover immediately. Even miles away, you may be exposed within seconds to a searing heat wave from the explosion, followed by a blast wave and flying debris. Get into the nearest building immediately or into a ditch or culvert, beneath a parked car, behind a tree or wall, anything solid that will give you some measure of protection. Curl up in a ball and cover your head with your arms. Stay there until heat and blast waves have passed. Then go to the nearest fallout shelter before radioactive fallout starts drifting down. If there's no fallout shelter within range, go to the nearest large building and take shelter in the basement or one of the inner hallways. Know in advance what to do in any emergency situation. Find out from your local civil defense office. This is...
So what do you do? Absolutely, Joe. And Phoenix, you're absolutely right. Tiny Titan, you got to at least try. I mean, it didn't say how close it was or how far away or how much time you have. Yes, thanks. I hope you're right. I think folks are overpaying at the moment. I must have missed something. Right hand to pew, left hand flashlight. Kiss your behind goodbye. I heard that back in elementary school, we used to have drills. Oh, man. Kissing your rear end goodbye seems to be the popular answer, guys. OMG, you got to go inside, tape up doors, turn air off, and get the masks you prepped. You mean after I changed my shorts? Absolutely, Prepper. Or Prepper Wizard, I probably would too. Just a little. I knew it. You duck and cover. I mean, depending on where you're at, Joe, really, like they said, hit the ditch, get behind a house, building, preferably what was that rule? I think, Joe, you told me that I know who said, maybe it wasn't you. Somebody said if the mushroom cloud, you can block it out with your thumb, you have the biggest chance of surviving the fallout or something like that. I'll go to basement with all my family and farm animals. stuff shut of the cracks and everything. Well, I mean, in a hurry, if that's all you got, that's your best option. You got vents that go outside or windows that open to the outside, or, like it's an old wooden floor, you can see up through. And I mean, if you don't already have that stuff, you know, airtight and sealed up, and it's not going to do much good. Okay, now the chat's flying. Hold on a second. Well, you guys don't have to hold on. I got to hold on and catch up. Someone suggested we carry a school desk to duck under in our EDC. I didn't see that. I'll grab my single malt whiskey and watch it from a lawn chair. I guess depending, I mean, if you know that you're close enough that you ain't going to make it, I mean, there's not much you could do, but this is something just to, kind of give people an idea, and Jerry Robbins, nukes are like civil unrest, beware it ain't. And that's true, but it's hard to tell, man, where they might hit us at. Say they want to take out, our farmlands and stuff, or they do want to take out big cities. It could go, either way. I think when it comes to the nukes, that we're kind of all sitting ducks, because it's going to be, especially with America, it would be so up in the air where they decided to hit. I think it would, if it's just one strike to show us, hey, we can do this, and just to kick it off, I think they would probably maybe go for the plains, the farmlands and stuff like that. That's just my opinion. Now, if they're wanting to just completely eradicate North America, yeah, they're going to hit the big cities first. So, I mean, it just depends on what aspect they're trying to, what their end game is. Dying from the initial blast may be better than surviving, and that's true too, Christ. Christ first, prep next. Honestly, if a nuke hits, I'll be with the Lord. I'm not prepared to survive that. Probably never will be. And depending on where it hits, I'm right there with you, brother. I mean, it would be hard to sit here and watch your family deteriorate, and just it would be awful. But we all, as hard as it would be, you still got to keep, and me sitting here saying this, I could be the first one to freak out. Who knows? But you're gonna have to try to stay as calm. Don't do anything rash. Because there's gonna be, after so long of living in nuclear fallout, you're gonna be, especially if it gets, you're gonna be in such bad shape. All kinds of bad things are gonna cross your mind, and just don't succumb to that. Don't do that. But it's gonna be a trial. John Doe, if I'm breathing, I'm still going. Oh, absolutely. If, I mean, you have to try. That's why when everybody's saying kiss my rear end goodbye, I was like, come on. Chernobyl is looking beautiful without our presence. That is true. In my neighborhood, people will go outside to look for it and put on Instagram. Let's be real. Yeah, they will. They will. Most modern nukes, where'd it go? As soon as I started to read it. Most modern nukes are in the 300 kiloton range, not the giant ones like back in the 80s. That's true too. Joe Morgan, I believe those channels I've made known are truth, and they have proven their worth. Well, I'm definitely going to be checking. Take 2 potassium iodides, lots of water, and get to the basement. Yep. I mean, it'll be different for every one of us. But I am, from as far as I'm concerned, in my opinion, for whatever that's worth, seeing some good answers. NYC, we are a target, nowhere for me to go. That is a rough one. And good to see you, Anna. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Has anyone noticed the government has been running ads on the radio a lot about 18-year-olds to register for selective service, better known as the draft? I haven't heard that here, German. But in fairness, I listen to K-Love a lot, and they don't cover, they don't do stuff like that. It's all listener funded, and lock my door, grab my firearm, and hunker down. My plan for everything. Absolutely, Mames. Rip Curl. Well, if I heard that, I would start to seal the house with my plastic and duct tape, seal up home AC and all, while family fills all water containers that are at ready, then set up our decontamination. And see, I pray that I'm able to think that clearly. I don't think I'll like run around in circles and scream like a little girl, but I think I'd be flustered. I know I would be. Hey, that Galaxy Rapper, good to see you. Appreciate you being here. We had a fallout shelter here at the courthouse. The sign came down about 2 years ago. Had one or still have? That would be awesome. I was told that my totally tiled bathroom would suffice. I'll cover the window and the door and bring everything in there. I don't know if it would or not. I've always heard that the thicker the walls, the better. But I guess I'll do what I do in a tornado, grab the dog and cats and get in the bathtub. All you can do is start praying. Bear would most likely be at. Of course, make sure we're in the house and you know do what we can and just start praying. Hava, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Just go, Bubble Boy. Angie Morris, my windows suck. I put up plastic in the winter. I don't think I would have time to cover them all in this event. I'm not sure on how fast the radiation, the heat from the blast travels. Um, the actual fallout, the radiation falling down, like the ash and everything, or whatever. Fairly good amount of time, I believe, if I understand it correctly. I don't think it will be nukes, but I think they say it is, so we react that way, my opinion. And that's possible too. That's very possible. Night Reaper. That's an awesome name. Thank you for being here. Good to see you. Tape up all the windows and doors. Just my luck, I live in Washington. Excuse me. Just my luck, I live in between Joe Biden's beach house and Washington, D.C. There's bunkers around there then. Not that you could infiltrate one. I mean, maybe. If you do, call me. It's a joke. I know his phone ain't gonna work. Decontamination washroom and get our NBC gear on and ready and pre-take our radiation meds, set up communication room and map impact sites. Then if we are not near a hit or downwind, oh, good Lord, I should know that. Potassium iodide. I was thinking iodine. I knew that wasn't right. I live in a walkout basement, no access from upstairs. My windows will be boarded up with just enough room for me to see, aim. My door will be blocked off with weight and boards. Get a couple of the local boys and underground installations here in North Carolina. That is a plan. Duck and cover is BS. If that's their best advice, we're screwed. Exactly. Live to 100. That is a true story. A true story. Yeah, Rip's got it down. Rip is the man. Must not have heard I go to the kitchen periodically to check on the chicken. No sane leader would use nukes for anything but terraforming or deterrent measures. Here. Then, if I lost my place in chat, catching back up, guys. Let's see. Then, if not in the zone, I would head out, geared up to hit the town with my Geiger and to home. Then hunker down and monitor the radios for info. I'm going to Rip's house. Just saying. I'm going to put this out. If anyone is close to central Minnesota, I'm a resource and would like to pass with a brother and or sister veteran warriors together side by side, please. I am doing well. Thank you. I hope you were the same. poppaprepper, that Periscope films archived fallout shelter stuff from Civil Defense Program, useful for more than a bomb, too. Used to be a weekend project when my dad was a kid. I've been looking at that stuff, man. I'm wondering how much I'd like to have, like a 300 or 400 square foot basement shelter, but I don't know how much that would cost. Probably way beyond my means, but I've been looking into stuff, like, because we don't even have a basement, because there was a lot of stuff on there how to make a shelter inside your basement, which was awesome. But hey, window liquor prepper, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Says gasmaskpro.com if you're looking for a mask around 125 for a good one, and you get a filter with it. That's awesome. Don't panic till it's over, and then smoke a cigarette and have a beer. B&B home. I am so sorry to hear that. How were you exposed? What did you have to do to get cleaned out? Thanks for saying that. I am not perfect, but I try to study and think things out. Don't forget, you'd also have EMP to deal with if you survive blast, so better prep for that too. If there's a nuclear blast, I don't see much of anything. Yes, definitely EMP, but I don't know if there would even be. I don't know if that would ever come back. Like I don't know if the phones and everything, internet, anything like that would even come. It would eventually, maybe. I think I think a nuke, while possible, it would be a last option in my opinion. It's fast, but why would they? What would they do with the land? It feels like it's mostly a show by force, last ditch effort. Oh, I don't think it's something that's going to happen like, you know, anytime. Hey, Hutch, good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. I keep tarps and old shower curtain liners as well, just for this reason. A high altitude nuke used as an EMP is more my thought. Three world shut. I think you said that because I was just listening to that today somewhere. That if they hit us with nukes, that would be the most likely way they would do it is for the EMP. I just came in when your sis finds out her diagnosis. Tell her to file a complaint with 8. I must have missed something. Surprise, surprise, I missed something. Radius of a 1 megaton bomb blast, waves will produce 180 tons of force on the walls of all 2-story buildings and wind speeds of 255 kilometers or 158 miles per hour in a 3.7-mile radius. Whew. I can't even fathom that. What's real and going on now is property ownership hiding conquest for ownership monopoly while everyone's looking elsewhere. I don't know why no one's saying, yeah, we're getting bought out. Yeah, the United States is absolutely, they've sold us out. I agree with that. Hey, B Charming, good to see you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Hope you and your family and friends are doing well. Just popping in real quick. Got drum practice tonight. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it, Window Liquor. And we are doing very well. I hope you're the same. Look into it. Continue the government plan. They will tell you something about the way they prepared during the Cold War. Cool. I will do that. We would be a third world country for a long time after a nuke strike. Absolutely. I think John this morning said just the way America's going now. I think he said 19 years we would be within 19 years. I don't think it's going to take that long if we stay on the road we're on now, especially if everything that was talked about in here tonight, pre-nuclear fallout. If that's to come true, man, We will all try to warn our loved ones to be prepared. If they won't listen, that is their choice. Nothing to feel guilty about. Hey, Blue Vandal. Good to see you, my friend. Hey, Farmer Son Prepping. Good to see you, brother. I hope you're doing well. They don't need to EMP, not if they're cyber attacking the grid. That is true. I mean, the EMP, I mean, that's going to, that would render all of us, or most of us, a lot of us, with, no cars. Obviously, nobody that's ready for that or prepped for that. You're not going to have cell phones, which if it's anyway. But, and truth be known, with a cyber attack, they could probably shut half the cars on the roads down. I know they could through OnStar and all that stuff. I mean, they could kill the cars without an EMP. So, yeah, you're right, Window. I would agree with that. If it's a large enough, big enough scale, that's absolutely right. Cut the power, let the people fight each other off and come in and clean up in a year or two. That does seem feasible. Just let us, let the nation completely eradicate itself. By the time they get Grandpa out of the big house. Yep. Carrie Lunsford, if you survive, honey, you are chosen. Look at it that way. Devastating, but you survive for a purpose. That's absolutely right, B&B. If something like that was to come off, and those of us that walk out as survivors, there's a big reason. Mexico will have a border crisis coming from U.S. Then they will hit our coastlines from the north and the south with troops that will advance and cut off all ports to cut off our supply chain from overseas. Then we will see sleeper cells inland. And I'm just kidding. Just picking on you, man. Because you're awesome. God is the only one that knows the day we are born and the day we die. Yep. The Democrats cannot take a chance in losing before then. That's absolutely true. Absolutely. I firmly believe, I mean, I've said this before on here, but I really don't think there'll ever be another election. Not a real, fair, legit election. I really don't think they'll let it go back to that. They finally got what they wanted. This is what we're stuck with. You're right with the OnStar. Cops can call and get you stopped, so why can't they? Absolutely. I never really thought about it, Garth, until Window Liquor said, they wouldn't need an EMP with the big cyber, and he's right. With a big enough hack, I mean, not even just OnStar, but, like any of the more advanced brands with your cell phone, so why couldn't somebody else? Why couldn't they shut them down? After they have hit hard and got us on our heels, they will make the phone call to get our fearless loser to surrender. To get him to do that, they will threaten us with tactical sized nukes or the I hate limited text. People living in it are tearing it down, like CNN, politicians, certain teachers, and just crappy people. Yep. Flow grown, I'm here. Being awfully quiet tonight. Why? You mean they cheated? No, not them. Most fair. That's just my opinion. Yeah, I think, yeah, Helen, you're right. I don't, Rip Curl, I don't think they will need him to surrender. He will invite them in while him and most of Congress will go live on nice islands somewhere with all the elite. That don't sound far fetched anymore, guys. Absolutely.
I need you to pause for a minute
Why?
because I need to interrupt you for just a second, please,
I can't really. I mean, just mute the mic.
and cover your camera.
Hold on just a second, guys. I apologize. It was just because the way she was dressed, guys. Sorry about that. Okay. Now, the Lord might keep the chosen here. That always becomes a thing. People are pre-trib, mid-trib, post-trib. Um, I just want to make sure I'm ready. Whatever. Um, whenever he decides, I hope I'm ready. I pray I'm ready. Any push to start vehicle can be hacked. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now Papa is I'm sorry. Sorry, Marine. Oh, I didn't get scolded. She just had to have my opinion on something, and she's already in her 90s. If you want to know the truth. My brother gave me an Alexa a few years ago for Christmas. It stayed in my trunk for 2 years before I found someone to bestow it to. See, we have Google Home. That's something she wanted for so long. And it's convenient, but I know it's hackable. It scares me to death at times. I didn't vote. I believe they are the same side, Biden or Trump. Long story. So being neutral and observing, Trump should have won, no doubt. Yeah, I mean that Trump I think is maybe the lesser of two evils. I don't know. At least he seemed to have had our interest at heart, possibly. But I mean, and I liked him because he was just he was a businessman, But going into office, come out 4 days or 4 hours, shoot, 4 years later, you're a politician. And once a politician, now he's always going to be a politician. It's the way it is. I know, right, Mames? I didn't vote either. Oh, Lord, I spilled water all over my keyboard. That would have been bad. Trump 2024, LOL. Yeah, probably not. I'm neutral, but I voted against Biden. It didn't count, but I voted. Absolutely. all politicians are crooks, but Trump wasn't a politician. That's what I said, and I agree with that. But now I fear that he was in there for 4 years. And what made him good is he's a businessman, and to me, to run a country, having a good business mind kind of goes hand in hand. And he's filthy rich, so he couldn't be bought off. He didn't need their money. That's why he was just like, screw you guys. You don't like what I'm doing. Kick rocks. I can't be bought. And I think that was a lot of what made him a decent president. But now that, he's been hung out to dry and ran through the ringers of politics, it might have turned him kind of sour. You know what I'm saying? Depopulation doesn't have to come from war. The Gates Foundation knowingly gave us sterilization vaccines to girls in India. That is true. You can look that up. Very true. At least Trump was swinging his snake while Joe's selling us to China, Russia, everyone. He's weak. Absolutely. And the bad thing is he's just doing what he's told to. He's just a puppet. There's somebody pulling strings. Which, it's just, they're all. Trump was a crook before he was in office. How many unions he didn't pay? It's a valid point. That's nuts about silver dropping, but it's a good time to buy some. Sorry, guys. All right. Tommy, just noticed something interesting. 7 earthquakes in Cali in the past 24 hours. My cousin was in Vietnam, and Trump was the only president in a wheelchair. I know he was for the people. Absolutely. I cannot. I hate the way our veterans are treated. When it comes to the trib, I'm a pantheologist. It all pans out in the end. And that is true. Either any way it goes, I pray I'm ready, and I want to be on the winning team. You know what I'm saying? Every king, leader, etc., is appointed by God for good or repentance. Gates' time is coming. Life is going to fry him. I don't know. I still think there's a part of that might be a show, a distraction, them getting divorced, and maybe to take some of the attention off of them or off of him. I don't know. I don't know if I believe that or not, that they're actually getting divorced. I'm waiting for the one that goes up and just calls themselves an American. Not, yes, exactly, John Doe. Don't forget, the elect will be deceived. I don't mean to be doom and gloomer, but just saying what the Bible says. No, Phoenix, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. We all, are going to have to pray for the gift of discernment in the end. And actually, I just read that the other night, talking about discernment, that even the elect will be deceived. This has all been planned out for a long time. Things are just starting to fall in place. That's what I've said too, Bear. I think, Donald Trump was a major setback for them. It was supposed to be Hillary Clinton. They're 4 years behind, so now they're just playing catch up. That's my honest opinion. Papa Prepper, did you see CNN complaining that we've never seen a president be blocked by his own staffers and told them to not answer questions? I didn't see CNN saying anything about it, but I did see it where, yeah, they were telling him, don't answer that, thanks for being here, whatever. And yeah, he got like kind of flogged by everybody. What's wrong with the way the veterans are treated? Come on now, B. I know that's not a real question. What better way to move assets? Wife took it in the divorce. That could be yeah. That could be a way to play it out. The Gates stuff was all settled before it was even announced. There is a non disclosure agreement in place, so even if staged, we'll never know. It was a serious question, B. I don't. Look how many, we're worried about, all the illegal immigrants getting free health care and, all this and that and free housing and assisted living and, so many veterans live under overpasses. And, I mean, not to mention, they don't get the therapy they need. They don't, it just, they're treated like crap. VA is overtaxed and understaffed. As a result, vets are having to wait for long, inadequate care. I agree. God is in control. We serve Him before anything else, including our nation. That is true. Yet all these non-residents get free stuff, and we get thrown under the bus to slow it down so they cross the street, and we are supposed to shut up and take it. I refuse. Yeah. Veterans are treated horribly and they don't get all the basic things other insurance provides. My man is a veteran. Joe is on fire tonight. I like it. Absolutely. Yes. Thank you. Tell him thank you for his service. Squirt those kids with the water hose. They'll get on. Might be crazy guy at the end of the road in his robe squirting kids, but they'll leave you alone. When you sign on and do 3 or 4 years, if nothing happened to you, but a thank you for service. So, what veterans are we talking about? I didn't know it mattered. I mean, of course it matters, but anybody that signs on to go put their life on the line 3 to 4 years out of their life for me deserves quite a bit. I mean, I'm not trying to argue or be smart, or nothing like that, but I mean, if they come back unscathed, God bless them. But I mean, still, a lot of the things they've seen, and I mean, their mind is a lot of them come back completely different. Like their mind is, PTSD, and I mean, they need help and they don't get it. I'll tell you a true story. A lot of immigrants who came in legally are pissed with the illegals, including lots of Latino folks. They came here to get away from that. I bet. It's exactly right, John Doe. Zane. That's where I'm at with it. Like I said, I'm not trying to be arguing or rude about it, or I mean that's my views. Well, thank you for being here, guys. First, I appreciate you. Be safe out there. Not Kim's Farmette. Appreciate you being here, and thank you for the super chat earlier. It is much appreciated. God bless you and be safe. One of the benefits they were promised was health care and old age care. They held up their end of contract. The government isn't. Yes, they do, and I'm not anti. They deserve respect and the consideration of our government. They don't receive it when they come to health care. So many other things. The veterans stick with the veterans. My son is in the service and he gave his fair share to save the USA and all of us. He deserves more than I can give him he, for him keeping us free and he missing so much of his life due to this. My husband is 100% service connected, disabled, retired Army veteran. He receives everything he deserves from them. I know of what I'm speaking also. Oh, I don't doubt it, B. I mean, I'm sure you know what you're talking about. I think they all deserve the same equal treatment. We have homeless vets on our streets, yet we give 1,600 to illegals coming in and housing. How is that right? And B, tell your husband thank you from all of us for his services, please. Sad thing about war is the politicians put us in it for the wrong reasons. Yeah. Ours in Arkansas is good. In my opinion, all service personnel should have as they got in service training. They would avert much of the mental health care after. Yep. Hey, Big Bear Preps. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Cool Tigger. For some reason, vets have been looked at and treated different ever since Vietnam. And it's not right. I'm in Blue, Minnesota. I get treated damn good, actually. That's good, Nate. I've not hugged my son in 3 years, so when I go get him for his wedding in November, this mama bear holding him tight. Just shut the chicken coop door. Birds are down for the night. Just thought I would lighten it up a bit. Oh, it's all right, Big German. I think what I got to say tonight is too controversial and sounds too insane to believe, y'all. Let it loose. Can't be no worse than half the crap I say. LOL. Yeah, Elliot, go ahead. Let it fly. I don't know if anyone breeds prepper fiction, but I recently read one second after, and it was excellent. Excuse me. Currently on the second of the survivalist series, I think its content is less relevant to prepping, but story is entertaining. I haven't really read any prepper fiction. I've looked into some of John's books, but I just haven't pulled the trigger yet. I don't know if I would want to read one or not. Well, that's really all I got for right now until I find out more stuff. Oh, I thought you had something else because I don't think the stuff you said tonight really sounded insane. I mean, nothing. I don't think nothing would surprise me really at this point. Okay, different subject. Has anyone confirmed the hack on Australia banks? No, sir. Unless anybody else has. Pinball touched on the bank and airline hack earlier today. I saw that title or the video, but I haven't watched it yet. The whole series is very eye opening. Stanley Latte. Pull a manhole cover off and climb in there if you have no options. I never thought of that. I mean, that definitely beats the alternative. Papa, I think Elliot's upset because several were disagreeing with his intel. Oh, okay, I got you. Well, I mean, you can't really blame folks, because look at all the stuff that gets thrown at us like every day, you know, or every other day. Because like for months it was Trump. Trump's coming back. He's not done. He's going to be back. He's going to be, the election's going to be turned. A lot of, and then now, we've been dealing with the grid down thing and the hacks, and I mean, people are going to be standoffish about stuff because that's how they want us to be, basically. You know, if I'm not mistaken, Dr. A. Bradley wrote that series of books, and he was on Gray Man's Live Tuesday night. Elliot says, "Oh, no, 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 we don't judge people." The Leftovers was very good. It's not an end of the world thing, but deals with loss. Hey, Five Virgins Prepper, good to see you, my friend. He says, "I blame me for everything." Ha ha. Papa, my mama's still saying election's going to be turned. Trump's coming back. Infuriates me. What can you do? Prepared for William R. I don't even know how to say that last name. Lives in North Carolina and a history professor. He makes it so real. I cried at some chapters. I'm going to have to check into some of these books. Five Riddance Prepper. Did you check? I did check my mail right before I went live, and I will respond to you as soon, well, probably about 15 minutes. But I will tell you this, I'm saving that for Sunday night. What can I say? One thing not in short is batshit theories. Sorry for the language, but yeah, you're absolutely right, Joe. And it comes from everywhere. A lot of it, you can look at it and be like, no, that's not going to happen. But there's some of it, like the stuff that Elliot brought to us tonight that, I mean, a lot of it sounds perfectly feasible. It could happen. The first couple weeks of the whole Trump debacle, during the election, and I mean, yeah, it was, it was plausible. I mean, it could happen, just because it was that obvious, but it didn't, And even I was a Trumper. I was right there, even a month or so after the election. I was hoping it would, but if it does, it does. Everybody working in secret and all this, and but but back to what he was saying tonight. I mean, that's feasible. It's been a blessed week. God and I have walked together all week, and I could tell that. Well, I'll email you. We're done. Wait. Hey, Papa, my older son got the stab, and his mood has changed so bad. He has distanced himself, and I'm worried he's staying depressed and everything. One worried mama bear here. we will definitely be praying for Cat Lady, or for him, Cat Lady. I'm sorry. B&B says, at Five Virgins Prepper, I've had a blessed week also. I've had the same walk with God. Amen. Oh, Appalachian Prepper, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Heidi, everyone. I'm working but playing this in the background. Awesome. Thank you for listening in. I appreciate it. And I watched your video earlier today about the, things that people aren't really talking about a whole lot, and what could be our next big, y'all, the west side of the country is drying up. It is shriveling up to nothing. And so they're starting to kind of put it out there, but just now, or within the last week or so. But I mean, they're having to sell off their farms, they're selling off their livestock. There is no crops. I mean, it is bad, and nobody's paying attention. I mean, not wanting us really to focus on that. So I was going to actually email that to you, Appalachian Prepper. That might be one of the things, if you want to add it to your list, or, however. From this point forward, a person's mindset, actions, and attitude need to change, adapt, improvise, and overcome all situations. Ready, ready, ready. Can't argue with that at all. Be aware of the calm, for there will be a storm. Absolutely, 5. Okay, thank you. I will add it to Monday Morning Madness. Cool. And you're welcome. Hey, Sherry Leach, good to see you. Thanks for being here. The hottest day on Earth was in 1934. Okay, now I got to ask how hot was it and where was it? I'm sorry if I offended anyone here. I just don't think people understand how the contract with the military works for the soldiers, so I try to make it clear. Oh, be charming. There's no need to apologize. You are absolutely fine, and I hope I didn't upset you or anybody else upset you. I just, I've got, well, like, your husband, you understand. I've got lots of family, friends, and they've, seen a lot of things, and have long issues, and have had some trouble getting help. But I understand what you're saying completely about they don't technically owe any. I mean, I get it. It's just a sore subject for me. I'm in Central California, and wells are drying up all across my county. Local agencies have been delivering water to the worst off communities. See, and that's absolutely terrible. And, the grid's going down, and hacks and this and that. And I mean, Ice Age Farmer, he just done a really good video on it. And Christian's pretty believable. I mean, all his stuff is like science, a lot of it is science, and it could completely be orchestrated, And that's awesome, B. I'm glad he took the help. And a lot of them do refuse the help. They don't think they have a problem until it's too late. Yep, the drought here this year is crazy. And see, that's what I'm saying is, they're wanting to focus our attention on, the power grids and the cyber attacks and plants blowing up, and which is unfortunate. But this drought is causing real life problems for a lot of people, which is going to affect all of us. You know, I saw one news report this morning. The farmers were actually protesting because they're allowing them 1/10 of the water that they had last year. How are you going to raise a farm on 1/10 of the water that you're? It's impossible. God has plans for something. Pay attention. He has mine. You're absolutely correct, Five. Absolutely. I still say all the drama on YouTube and in life is a lesson on keeping your focus where it should be, God. We really get pulled into drama and fear way too easily. Generalization. You're absolutely right, Chris. You're absolutely right. Because, I mean, the internet and social media, while having their benefits, a lot of folk, myself included, will argue that it was put here for evil intent. I mean, I've really been awoken the last 2 or 3 years about the evil that's running rampant in this world. And like I said, social media, the internet, cell phones, while they do have good purpose, they're from evil intent. And it would take God to convince me otherwise of that. Appalachian Prepper said it makes no sense. This is a fixable problem that they should have already invested in and had on standby. Absolutely. Remember the divorce hike when Facebook came out? Absolutely, Garth. Absolutely. Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, it just makes it that much easier. That much easier to, commit adultery or, I mean, even sexting, what have you. I mean, a sin's a sin, you know. Has anyone besides me seen more military planes and choppers fly over? I seen 5 today right behind each other. I haven't seen too much here this week, Cat Lady. We love you too, Be Charming. See, that's why I love this room so much. That's why I love you guys so much. We all just, voiced our opinions, and it almost got a little bit heated, but then we all come back, and Be Charming says, "Love you guys," and we love her too. And I love that about us. I love this. I love that about you guys. Papa Prepper, the thing that broke me is how stupid most are. And there's that. Oh, I agree, Carrie. I agree. But, there's been a lot of things introduced to us at the turn of the century. Look how fast technology advanced. I mean, people didn't get that much smarter that quick. It's like it was implanted into people to come up with this stuff. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. And that's why I think, um, It's not YouTube or phones, etc. It's people. Oh, yes, it is the people. But with that internet and those platforms, it just makes it that much easier to do bad things. You know, signs everywhere, signs. We love you too, Elliot. I'm close to a base in Homestead near Miami. See choppers and planes pretty often, a bit more than usual past few days, but the activity ebbs and flows. Comes and goes, maybe. Papa Prepper wait until they accept invites on social media to have sexy time while married. Y'all are still live? Been to the dog park and back. Yeah. Oh, it's after 9. I didn't even realize that, guys. I'm sorry. With all the rain we had, the mosquitoes are praising God for my blood. Ha ha ha. Update. Not the best at it, but I can get down on the floor and get myself back up now. Oh, that's good. Coral. The media infiltrating home life. Okay, sorry, Joe. I was trying to. I read it like 3 times. It's like, am I not getting this? All right, guys. It is after 9 o'clock, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Um, Great chat tonight. I enjoyed tonight a lot. Um, don't forget Saturday night's the big B-Day giveaway. So be giving away some pretty cool prizes for my birthday. And thank you guys, everyone that helped out tonight. With True American Loretta, I think she's ducked back out. There she is. Just talking about you, Loretta. Thank all you guys for everything you donated tonight. I appreciate it a lot. It means a lot. Like I said, I will make sure everybody gets, an email, something showing that everything was paid and everything went we're supposed to. But I probably will not have a premiere tomorrow morning because I got some stuff I got to get done tonight. So until Saturday morning, God bless y'all. I love each one of you guys, each and every one of you. Papa Prepper out.